That's new. And now here's a song. So put your hands on your hips. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Pull your knees in tight. Let the dance on the hip. Tight. Put your velvet thrust at the driving sign. Let's do the time warp again. All right, that's enough of that bullshit. And now here they are, your invenerable hosts, Carlos, Harim, Wyndham. Yeah. Okay, then. All right. Okay, everything's fine. Yep. We're heresies. We are heresies. How are each and every little one of you? I hope your afternoon is going well on this Monday, given all circumstances and all things and all the ways it could be going right now. Do you have a warm bevy? I hope that you do. I hope you can still get what you need. And if you're someplace too hot, I hope you're getting a cold bevy. This is the part where I disappear and then announce who's coming next, but we're not doing that today. We're going to get right into it. Lots of things are coming next. We have lots of guests, lots of cuties, lots of surprises happening. You'll notice it still looks a bit like shit. That would still be, for anyone who is not on the West Coast and joining us, the Oregon fires. Brought to you by climate change. That right there was two Tylenol, acetaminophen, I believe is what it's properly called. And that was to help my whole body get through this circumstance. It's just dreadful. It's just dreadful. The air quality index up in Portland, Oregon, up in Oregon generally, and this part specifically, also more toward where the fires are, this morning had lowered to a balmy 410. Yesterday was in the 500s, and so today it felt fresh, though it is it's not fresh at all. Well, hello. Not Hi Carlos yet. Soon to be, though. Soon to be. So, because there's so much smoke already available for us, there's not going to be so much smoke today. I posted this in the thread, and I'm looking to do a little smoke reduction as of these days. So I've not been smoking the days. I have been edibling the days. I am not one who edibles too much. I'm not it's not my shit. But breathing is my shit. I like breathing. So we're gonna be doing some edibles. Let's finish this last hit that we have. This will be it. This has been the first or second of the day. I'm gonna guess second just because I know me, but I hadn't really packed it prior to now. So the herbs today are a grab bag, an assortment from the folks at Bloom. I was toward the end of my blueberry muffin. I was toward the end of, oh geez, I'm not going to remember the name of the other two strains, at least two other strains. And so I ground them all up and mixed them all up. And that's what that is in there. What I am going to do, because of the MS I have, and you know this, I am a frequent, daily, all the time user of cannabis. It helps me to not feel completely like shit. And so I will be having a cannabis fused edible chew. This is tangerine It is meant to have sativa-like effects, and this is from our folks at Bloom Dispensary. It is vegan Bloom Dispensary in Portland. It's many milligrams. Um, and chew itself is about 500 milligrams, and is god awful. Ah, oh, that is rough. Ah, uh huh, yeah, and I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one. Oh, oh my, oh my. Um, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Uh, I've been. Mm, mm. Oh, I did this yesterday as well. I messed up my dosage. Um, it's about 500 milligrams. I divided by half. I did divided by half yesterday, and just popped half. That was a mistake. Um, I did figure out if I do it by quarters, that gets me through. That gets me through. Half is nana time. Half is sleepy time, meepy time for Carlitos. Boy, I have some stuff. I'm trying to do the best I can. We're all looking for things that are giving us life right now. Um, oh no, it's okay. But this was a quarter, so I'm not gonna meepy time now. That was only a quarter. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. Hi, hi. Um, okay. See, this is good information. So for anyone who's not up on it, we're getting from Kelly that tangerine is not the flavor in artificial most anything. Um, as I think that through, that is fair. You know what I had yesterday? I tried. They have a multi berry one. Delish. It actually was not. Aha. Ugh. Oh boy, that sticks with you. You know what I mean? It gets in there like a caramel, and I want to get in there with my fingy, but with COVID's, it's a bad idea. For anyone who has the thing where you don't like hearing things and you heard me just swish it, I'm sorry. But I wanted to talk about things that are giving me life because we're surrounded by so much death. And the reason that we are surrounded by so much death is that we live in a death cult. That death cult is, in the words of my friends Queen and Jay, a white supremacist, capitalistic patriarchy. That's what it is. And because of that, the mission of this thing is simply make all the money you can, um, and he who dies with the most toys wins. The rules to succeed in their system are very simple, which is why most male presenting people are so simple. And those rules are: you must buy it, and or kill it, or fuck it, and is it. There are no more rules. So you want to buy it, kill it, or fuck it. And if those you can't do that, then doesn't exist. And that explains movies, American film, and how women characters are written the way that they are in most books written by men. So, but that's what we're surrounded by. We're surrounded with, and in a country with a president. And I'm on the coast. He was in on the coast where the California is. It's because it's Oregon. And quite frankly, it's just the whole coast is on fire. I've mentioned this. Also, too, there's a ring of fire around the base of the southern equator right now that may have something to do with the way that we were knocked off of the axis. The Earth was knocked about 15 degrees off of axis. The magnetic poles rather shifted. This happened summer before last, um, before the black hole belched colors into the galaxy. A thing that's not supposed to happen, or we didn't think it was, because we didn't think it was a wormhole for space monkeys, which it might be. But none of this is what we're talking about. No, that doesn't give me life. That gives me fear. What we hear, because what it means is that we then have a president who, when confronted directly, while in the smoke and in the fire with the environmental officials about 40 minutes ago, they said, hey, it is warmer in the summers these days, and it is also warmer in the winters these days. And so, yeah, your deforestation plan to have us rake the forest, okay. But also, too, this might have a lot to do with climate change and the deregulation that you've been after and doing. And so we may want to have a looky, too, at that. And he said, the impeached rapist president said, just you wait. It's going to get cool. And, his people, his cronies, did what they do. Do you know? Like, do you that dog from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons that just and they just kind of gave their little fucking crony laugh, and then the environmental man said, "Yeah, but what you're saying is not what science says." Then, impeached rapist president said, "Well, we don't know if science knows." What? Okay. So then I need things to bring me joy. I need some life. I need some joy in my life. And there's just some things that bring me joy in my life. Woo! And give me life. And so I'm focusing on the things that give me life. I'm trying to today. And I want to share some of those with you, and hoping that maybe those also will either resonate, and or you'll start having some flashbacks of like, oh shit, there's things that give me life too. And it's not the death cult of whiteness that is telling us that the fires are because we didn't rake the forest, and that you wait, it's going to get cool, and also it's going to go away soon. It's all going to be fine. So the first thing is, it's sweater weather. Yay! I love sweater weather. And hey, shit. Okay, look at this. Kristen got one. We're talking about the Fierce Stitch infinity scarf. I am wearing one. I wasn't wearing for the modeling, but it is giving me life. It is giving me snuggles, neck snuggles, if you like neck snuggles. And then also, as you can see, it means that I am always equipped, that anywhere I go, if anybody where I might bump into them, or would have in the old world anyway, needed a little bit of needed to borrow a little bit of scarf, I got plenty. I'm sharing. So anyway, Fierce Stitch is and the scarves that I am owning and rocking, and knowing that folks in the community are owning and rocking some too. It just does my heart so much good, because they are, of course, made by a friend of the show. So that's lovely. That's lovely. And if you want to go back, you can go back and see the episode. I don't remember it. I don't remember how long ago it was. I think it was shit. Well, if it got through the mail and it got to you and you have a scarf now, I'm going to say it was at least a month ago that we were here having a talk about it. Pretty good episode. Speaking of the mail's giving me life. I got this today. You can't see it in that light. Sorry. Got to remember which light. I got this today. It says if you're planning to vote by mail, to plan ahead. This was provided to me by the actual fucking post office. The actual the actual United States Federal Post Office is very concerned, evidently, about what's going to happen in the mails. And so they sent me a piece of mails to remind me to get my mail out. Now, I want to emphasize that we've got to make a plan and plan ahead of time to get your vote by mail in, even if you live in a vote by mail state like California, Colorado, or Oregon, because it's just that way. So listen, here's what they're saying. They said first, they want you to start today. To Do you hear what the fuck the post office is telling you? Start today. Give yourself and your elected officials ample time to complete the process. Rule number one. Okay. Rule number two. Rules and dates vary by state. Okay. This is part of what Trump is fucking with Utah about and why he just did that giant super spreader event up there, up in Nevada, breaking the law and breaking state laws and telling his supporters that he would have their backs if the governor were to come after them. Okay, but what are you going to do if COVID comes after them, you son of a bitch? Whoopsies, that came out of my mouth. I go to therapy not to say that. I love that one. You son of a corroded testicle. Not everybody's from testicles. Some people are not born from testicles. That's not fair. That's not fair. I want this to be inclusive of all of the assholes. You fucking asshole. And not in a nice, fun, sexy way. All right. But the rules vary by state. So you need to go and check with your election board and confirm. And that is, you could do that at usps.com /voting info. Voting info. USPS. They have their whole own.com and it's voting info. And if you go there, you can find out when in your state you can what the rules are. What's the rules in your state? How do you vote by mail where you live at? Oh, here's a rule. Despite what the impeached rapist president has been saying, you can't vote twice. You cannot vote by mail and then go and check to see if your ballot was counted. That is illegal. That is a federal crime. And when the William Barson from the Department of Justice, the top cop said, hey, I want to check in with you because it'd be great to know that I don't know if it's a federal crime. I don't know if it's legal sometimes. Maybe there's sometimes it's not illegal. It's always illegal. It's fucking illegal. Just don't do that. Do not do that. But what you could do is to request your mail-in ballot, often called the absentee ballot. It's the same. The way they've been parsing those to be separate things, it's the same fucking thing. 15 days prior to election day. So they want you to request your mail-in ballot if you need to request it. If you're in a state that needs to request it, at least 15 days before the election. We're about 50, little less than 50 out, 40 some out. So do yourself a favor. Fucking make the request right now. Right now. Today. Request your ballot. That would be great. Once you get it, follow the instructions. Add postage to the return envelope if needed. This is not true everywhere. Some envelopes do need the postage. Some are pre-posted. Look at your thing. If it's pre-posted, you know what? It's not going to hurt anything to stick a forever stamp on top of it. That'll only help it get there. Fuck it. This one rule, this is what I'm going to say. You can post twice. You can't vote twice, but you can't post twice. Go ahead and stick a stamp on the motherfucker anyway. It's going to get where it's supposed to go. Lastly, they recommend that you mail it 7 days before the election. Don't wait until election day. This is not taxes. It's not, if it's post-dated that election day, and then they get it 3 days later, that's okali doka. Fuck you. You put a stamp on it, and you put it back in the mail the same day. Please. And here's why. I want to talk about why, too. because we have a problem with the person who's in charge of all of this. Um, and oh, see, there's too many things here. Okay, I'm gonna move this down. I'm gonna move this in because this is another one that this I love this one too. So I'm just gonna move this down. Okay, watch this. You don't see what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. It's not in my imagination. What I want to talk about is this person. This is DeJoy. This is Louis DeJoy, seen here contemplating the answer to something he was asked, which is what is the price of a postage stamp for postcards? He didn't know the answer. He did not know the answer. This was in front of Senate. This was in front of Senate. Now, here we go. Kelly's got a suggestion for us. So one way to avoid him altogether is to use the official ballot drop boxes, and they assure delivery. Now, there are states in which these very ballot drop boxes are being attacked, and they are being attacked by this handsome right here. This handsome specimen right here. Now, what he's doing, he is the new head of the all of the post office. We talked about him before. You come back and look at that episode. And as the head of all the post office, one of the many things he did is take out all of the sorting machines for the letters. This has effectively slowed mail. I know this is true because one of our guests just got the thank you note that I sent them for being here with us a month and a half after they were here. I sent it the next day. So the mail is moving slower, children. It is moving as slowly as you have perceived. It is not your imagination, and he did it on purpose. Now, there are people who have been breaking his rules, including many federal postal workers who just turned the machines back on. I mean, he didn't really take them anywhere the way he did when he was taking trucks away, mail delivery trucks, or taking the post office boxes themselves away. Not the P.O. boxes, I'm sorry, mail boxes. No, this is more nefarious. He just made a rule. He made a second rule, too. Here's another rule he made recently, and this was 20 minutes ago. After it was discovered that he is very likely to be indicted, and he is very likely to be indicted because what he had done is to give bonuses to all of the workers at the post office. And it was required that they then give their post office bonuses over to the Trump campaign. That is illegal. So hundreds of thousands of dollars of bonuses were given. Those hundreds of thousands of dollars of bonuses were then given to the Trump campaign as donations. The one and same Trump campaign that ran the fuck out of money very recently. What? Okay. So anyway, I was looking him up just to see if I could explain that to you clearly, but then I bumped into another problem that just today he declared, and I'm quoting now, that postal police officers should no longer be assigned to investigate or prevent mail theft or the protection of letter carriers. What? The Post Office General. Where'd he go? Is this him? No, that's a different thing altogether. Where'd he go? Captain Handsome. Where's Captain Handsome? Did he disappear? Oh, he ran away. The Post Office General, Louis DeJoy, said, once again, made a declaration, declared that postal police. Ooh, the edible's sinking in. Hold on, I can do this. Postal police officers should no longer be assigned to investigate or prevent mail theft or protection of letter carriers. It has also been the position of the White House and the White House's supporters, including Mr. Post Office Man, that what is truesies is that there could be fraud in the mail, including by ways of, for instance, if anybody were to, I don't know, steal letters or attack letter carriers. And the people who would be assigned to then prevent and investigate this thing would, in fact, be the postal police officers who have been, the head of the thing that's meant to protect us, declared to no, you're fired. We don't need police officers to make sure no one steals the mail for the fraud that we know is going to happen. How do we know that's going to happen? We Republicans, we Trumpites, we Trumpeters, because we're going to do it. Just talking about things giving me life. Just talking about things that are giving me life. But the other thing that did happen when we were talking about the post office workers. Okay, first of all, fuck him. That's why you got to do all these things. You got to make your plan. Make your plan to vote by mail. I don't know if my hand's going the right way. Let me see. If you plan to vote by mail, make a plan. Whether people have a hard job, everything has to go backwards in your brain. Okay, so here's the other dope thing about the post office. You may remember there was an image that I shared at the end about how a mailbox and in fact mail carriers, but mailbox is a machine that kills fascists. And so what I did is I ordered us for the set a print from the artist. This is number 133 of 200, and I think we should put it up right back there. Let's do that. Little arts for the people, little people arts, because art, about like that. Oh, a little crooked. Let's straighten that out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. This machine kills fascists. It's lovely against our elect more women. And just one more reminder for all of us about choices we can make as to whether or not we're going to live in a complete fascist state over the next 4 years and erode what little is left of the world that we once knew, simply for the purposes of some intellectual exercise, and or because we were too lazy to fucking vote and or support the post office. Anyway, so supported local artists, local to this is New Orleans via San Francisco, and doing what we can to remind everyone to please vote, and do so by mail, and then do not go to the polls to see if your vote counted. It did. That's how that goes. That's also, again, super fucking illegal. So new art is giving me life. I love original art, and so that does give me life. I hope it gives you a little life too. And of course, speaking of art, and I know you saw a little sneak peekles because I was looking at it, and speaking of some black loves, huh? Who saw the verses? Who saw the verses? Patti LaBelle, huh? Gladys Knight, Dionne Warwick came out. Somebody brought her out. Holy shit! They're 77 years old. They're 77 years old. They're both Geminis. And man, you got a Gemini serving, didn't you? Patti LaBelle was serving looks, honey, and giving you a chicken dance. Like, I mean, she just was shaking it and giving it to you. And shoes. She had the red bottom shoes, honey. And the sound person was what's the word? Straight fucking up. And they especially with the teleprompter, woo woo, hunty. Let me tell you something. Somebody lost a gig last night. You She asked twice from the performance stage, don't make Patti LaBelle ask you twice from the performance stage to get the right lyrics on the screen. She Gladys Knight showed up. There weren't even backing tracks on the first 3 or 4 tracks, Hunty. She showed up in her sequence situation to give you a whole nightclub show in a chair. It was her son. Turned out it was part of his idea to make this happen. And Patti thought that, I think it looked like Patti LaBelle, Miss LaBelle, thought that what was about to happen was like maybe sing a couple words, but basically do what Jill and Erica had did and sit and have some tea and just talk some shit. No, no. Gladys came to cut heads. Auntie Gladys was not playing. Auntie Patti was not playing either. And once she demanded them lyrics be up and they weren't, let me tell you something. I heard a rumor from someone who used to tour with her that she needs those lyrics because she's got like 2,170,000 songs. And she's been doing this her whole life and she doesn't remember no more. She even said it. I don't remember no more. I don't give a shit. Better get the lyrics up. Because one time the lyrics were not up and she did, in fact, pull a blade on someone. So when Auntie Patti says, straighten it out, Hunty, she's not joking. She's not joking. But the verses gave me so much life, so much Black Auntie energy being done with it, including the entertainment of it all, including the I will cut you if you don't get my right lyrics up on here. Telling on each other, telling on themselves. Oh my God. It was beautiful. I've not been a fan. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You haven't heard me up here talking about none of them verses. This is. I haven't, in fact, it was when Erica and Jill was just sitting in chairs, and I know it gave so many of my Black girls life, so I haven't said anything about it since then. That's why you haven't heard me talk about it. I heard y'all talking about how it gave you life to see them there, sitting in chairs. This, though, come on now, Hunty. I mean, people was getting soul food ordered to watch it. I was upset I didn't have catfish. I had to call Rissa today. I texted Rissa to find out, Rissa, could you please tell us, sister, where to get the good catfish? Where can I get some mac and cheese? And can I get some yams? I may have heard that may be impossible to do well all from one place in Portland. But I'm gonna do what I can do. I'm gonna do what I can do. And I'm gonna rewatch it. It was that good, giving me life. What else is giving me life? The last thing that's giving me life, and it's so stupid. It's so stupid, but I don't care. I don't care because I have to live right now. Is LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers and whoever those young people are and the Denver Nuggets. Listen, nothing could make it more clear to me that I'm an old than to be watching the Denver Nuggets and thinking to myself, who are those children? And watching the interviews after and thinking to myself, look at that young man with no irony whatsoever. Just that's what it is. That's me stationed in life. And the thing is, I have disallowed myself basketball for a very long time. And this is for 2 reasons. One was there was a college game about 8 years ago, wherein a young jumped up in the air and his musculature was so tight that when he leapt, the muscles around his calf tightened up and snapped the bone in his leg. And it just kind of waggle daggled there. And he came down. And I thought to myself, the immorality involved with the industries of college and professional basketball, as well as the basketball schools that I am aware of, and I have watched so much of that. It's a slave trade in which the enslaved economic slaves, if they are, they do have the physical prowess of a svelte mandingo to be able to keep putting ball in hoop. You can make yourself quite a living. And if you do so, can then pursue your actual interests, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, now author, filmmaker, and lecturer, a la LeBron James, who already owns the most successful soccer team on the planet, is part owner of that, is building an empire to be able to have output of films for folks. And what else is he doing? Oh, that's it. Opening schools. So many of the athletes who many of the whites had thought to be so dumb are taking their millions and billions and jillions and making real moves in this world, as when the NBA also striked along with the WNBA earlier, and now on the floor and bawling his ass off. I'm still not allowed to watch. I'm still not allowed to watch. I turn very macho. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Okay. I heard how I said that. I heard how I said it. Listen, I start saying things and talking ways that, Hunty, no. I go to therapy not to say those words. I live in a misogynistic world. I am not allowed to think things like, I'm not allowed to. You know, that kind of energy. Oh, look, did you see my face? The audio, it's exactly what you think it was. It's exactly what you think it was. It's so gross. It's so gross. Why? Because I played basketball all the way until for funsies. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I was not making musics and funnies, oh my God, I'd be making basketball. Except that I suck at it. I'm terrible. I'm garbage. I was always garbage. I was never any good. It wasn't that I didn't understand the fundamentals of it. It wasn't that I couldn't break down the plays. I could do all of that. What I could not do is play. Couldn't really dribble very well. Couldn't shoot. Um, pretty good defense. Pretty good defense. And it was enough that I was allowed to run basically in pickup games with all of the real ballers I was surrounded by for my entire life and be their scrub. Do you know? I could be their scrub and foul and get fouled a bunch. That's what I was. Made me sad because I like the ballet of it. I like all the wow. I like it. One time, here's a true story, and then I'll just shut up because it's stupid but true. One time, Matt, so embarrassing. Why am I telling you this? Nobody's paying any attention. It's just you and me. It's just you and me. One time, when I was at university, I went to the gym to play pickup. This is what I did in the afternoons. It's how I blew off steam. I'd go to the gym right around 3 or 4 o'clock, and I would just play pickup ball, really until 8 sometimes. Now, when I played pickup, uh, it was there. There were scrubs like myself, and then there were women on the team at CU Boulder, and men on the team at CU Boulder. So there was a basketball team, and then there was the men's team. And the basketball team, those players kicked ass. And so I always got on. I tried everything I could to make sure I was on the team with at least one or two of the actual real good basketball players who had winning records. That was the women's team. And I liked it, especially if they were male presenting people, men's, who played for the school on the other team, whose ass we would whip with small ball when that was not a thing that was even considered a thing yet. Yet these sisters who were my height, 5'10", and shorter, all the way down to about 5'3", would just kick everybody ass, just kick everybody. Fundamental basketball, ball movement, passing, getting the ball around, inside, layup, get back, defend, stay on the ball, get in the zone. Come on now. Loved it. It was beautiful. Well, one time the guard from the team came out to play from the boys team. The boys guard came out to play, and the boys guard ended up on the opposite of the teams that I was on, and the boys guard just kept bumping me and knocking me. And one of the women said, "Switch up," and because she just couldn't take it, it was embarrassing for everybody. And so she got on him, and then he just started shooting over her. And then finally, very rudely, what he did is he dunked on one of the women's and started chuckling. And I thought that was an asshole. I didn't like it. And so 2-3 plays later, uh, we had a very, very good play. I had very little to do with it, but this same guard was going to pass, and one of the sisters had blocked that pass, and the ball tipped out, and I saw it start tipping out over to somebody else on my team, so I started sprinting for the basket, right? And I was cutting, and then I hear woo woo, and I look back, and the ball's coming, right? And so she hit me with the ball, and I'm looking forward. And then the same guard came and got in front of me, and I tried to slice. I went one way, I went the other, and then I was full of adrenaline. I'm telling you, I was pissed. I leapt, and I pulled the ball down like this, like I was going to do something, right? I was going to do something. I had the ball here, and I had it down. And the guard came and blocked it, went and missed. And I came back up, and I had leapt. Do you hear me? I had never been this high in the air of my own body's volition. I had never just jumped up this high in the air. And here's how I knew I was high. Because when I looked forward, after I had leapt over this guard, boom, and I looked up and I was pulling the ball up, I was hoping to just finger roll it in, maybe, because maybe a layup, hoping, because I knew how far I was from the basket when all of a sudden this person had stepped in front of me, and then I leapt because they had just been so mean to my team, and I saw right at my eyes periphery the rim, the basketball fucking rim. Are you kidding me? I have been reaching for this thing, trying to get my hops up for damn near half a decade, and now I'm eye to eye with the basketball. How am I not dunking this goddamn thing? And I pulled back and I slammed that shit directly into the side of the rim, and both of my legs, because I was going so fast, kicked out from under me, and I flat on my back, blap. And that same guard got the rebound and went coast to coast the other way while I was on my back with the breath knocked out of me. Go, oh! 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 And big shot Chauncey Billups went to the other side of the court and dunked the ball and left me there on my ass and laughed because that was game. And that was the only time that I ever played pickup basketball with the NBA's own and two-time champion Chauncey Billups. I embarrassed myself in front of the entire women's team, which was not embarrassing because I was trying to hit on anybody, but because those were the people with whom I wanted to be friends. And I guess the lesson here is if at first you don't succeed, don't be an asshole, just quit. Hey, look, dum-dums wearing masks and going out for food. Ugh. This has been Smoke and Mirrors, and if you like it and you'd like to support it, that's another thing that gives me life. It truly does. Every once in a while, when you sneak up into the boxes or you become a patron, it tickles me. It tickles me to my soul, and it lets me know that I'm doing something that's worth a shit. And so thank you. And so thank you to the patrons, Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, and Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renice, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, and Tracy. And another thank you to Tracy for dropping on 20 on it for the show. And, I'm going to start mentioning the folks who are dropping it occasionally as well, because if you don't want to become a patron, and listen, it's a $5 entry level. I want to give you, you know what I want to give you? I want to give you one of those Carlos Wyndham playing cards like you're seeing held there by DJ Wildchild, who was also on this very program before. I want you to have one too, even if the mail's going to take a very, very, very long time for you to get it. And all you got to do is become a patron, and then you're going to have one of them. You've seen Lisa in the threads in the community group. You're going to see her up there on this page too soon. Hey, is that too much? Guess what? You could put 5 on it, and you could do that at the Venmo, which is Carlos-Wyndham. You could do that at Cash App. I hear that's very popular. That's $CK Wyndham. You could do that at PayPal /CK you could do that at PayPal /me.CK Wyndham. Anything is more than enough. These are dire times, and we don't want to pretend like it's not what it is. Anything that you can do to help is very meaningful. Do you know what means more to me? And I want you to see my face when I say this. I'm sincere here. I'm not fucking around. I am fucking around right now. Right now, I'm fucking around. Here comes the part where I'm not fucking around. This is the part I'm not fucking around. It means the world to me. The world to me. When you share this with your friends, when you share it on your page. This started as a lark. This started as a goof around. You've been here. You know this. And I take very seriously the role that I am inhabiting in doing this, in trying to do some of the intellectual labor for us, right? So that we don't have to all experience the trauma that I do, watching the news to see what's happening, to be able to break it down for folks. We don't all do the research that Tracy is doing all the time to the connectivity that is brought to the people in terms of the brilliant conversations that I get to have with folks who I didn't know before this. And we get to share experiences like dressing ourselves up in fancy things and reading books, listening to music. I did listen to some of Tres Manos' new music after our conversation. And let me tell you something. Deep House is not EMD. It's a whole different deal. and I got it in my ear holes. We've been having that talk for 25, 30 years. I only understand now. And none of that would be possible or useful, meaningful. Uh, um, were you not here with me under the philosopher's tree, right? Were you not willing to share some time? And time that is shared in such an intimate way. This is not, um, I know some people watch, I know some people listen, and it lets me in your ear holes, and it lets me in your brain hole, and it lets me in your eye holes. And there's only three left after that on the cabeza, and so that's a lot of holes for you to let me in every day and 4 days a week. And so that's intimate. That's intimate. I didn't mean for that to start sounding so gross. I think I think the edible is sliding in. I was forgetting names of everybody, and I still did. If you are interested in the art here, this beautiful things, do you know what? You can go to the Mortal Machine Gallery, and you can go to Mortal Machine NOLA.com, and you can look at some of the pretty arts that they have, and they're gorgeous. And this has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. I guess there you go. Uh, Sometimes it's the morning time, and then I sit in the living room and I just weep a little bit. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, do you want to look at the IG where you can see things that we do here? Great, do it. That's IG. It's Smoke and Mirrors CCB. There's going to be some pictures of the new set situation there. The patrons already saw them, but if you're not a patron, you can see them too now. Yeah, but you just saw them. But it's good pictures. It looks like something that we did on purpose. And then Twitter. There's Twitter. Look at it. It's so beautiful. There's only good people on Twitter. It's only friendly people on Twitter. Yeah, I do tweets there. That's at Caballo Negrito. And do you have an idea about someone we should talk to, something we should do, presentation we should give the people? Hey, write to us. That's it. Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. This here is an event that is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham, and it is also produced by Tracy Tatamy. And thank you for spending a little bit of time, and take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Wash your hands. You know what? I'm not even going to say wear a mask outside. That's not that. Oh, look at that. That's not what I meant to press. That's not enough. Here's what I'm wearing outside these days. This is a respirator so I can breathe, because all the fire and the smoke and the pollution and the COVIDs. And I don't go outside that much. But you know what? Shout out to my friend, comedian Rachel Myers, who actually helped me out by giving that to me, gifting that to me so that I can breathe and therefore do not die, and therefore can spend time with you. And so if you're going to go outside, which again, you should fucking not, please wear a respirator. That means you too, essential workers. I see you out there delivering the food, bringing me my food. God bless you and thank you for that. And you know what? Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'm going to be back here tomorrow again because I said I would. Okay. Oh, shit. I love you.